Welcome to another episode of The Untold. This is the show where we have amazing guests and their journeys. And for today's episode, our guest, Lujain, he's a man of, I'm not even going to say a man of many talents, he's a man of many accomplishments. You know, we have Talal Almuhanna, who's, mashallah, reading his brief, and the audience are going to know after the break, he's been in everything.
Honestly, I was shocked to see how many fields he's ventured into, all his different business strategies and plans and events. I thought it was very inspiring, and I'm really curious to know how he even got to all these places.
Yeah, as someone personally who has failed in, I would say, one, not even a business, you know, let's just call it half a business. I'm really curious about how someone succeeded in so many aspects of different businesses, right? He's an engineer, he's in e-business, he's in fitness, and, you know, all around amazing personality.
Especially that he's also into fitness. It's like, how do you have so many different, like, how do you have the time to do all of this?
Yeah.
I'm really curious to know how he balances it all as well.
So we are curious, and if you are curious, sit with us right after the break where we are joined by Talal Almuhanna. We're back, we're joined by Talal Almuhanna, and first I want to read your brief because mashallah, you are a man of many talented. And I'm going to read it from the screen so I don't get anything wrong. You are an engineer, entrepreneur, planner, fitness enthusiast, IT, and e-business specialist.
Yes.
So, mashallah, a man of many talents. But if we took all of those away, who are you at the core?
Well, first of all, thanks for hosting me here. It's a pleasure, and I'm nothing but a simple person who's driven by his passion and his goals, and I believe that a person should just follow his dreams. And my dreams is to be kind of a perfectionist, and I believe that every person has his core talents and supportive talents. So when I felt like I mastered my core talents, so I started just to look at my supportive talents.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it, just enjoy my life. I'm just enjoying the process in my life, as they say.
I love that. What pushed you to do so many things, though?
Well, first of all, it's just when I started, studying back in the States, back long time ago, I just, followed my friends, as they say, suggestions and, um, opinions to study a certain major, which was computer systems engineering. And when I studied that, it wasn't actually my bread and butter, as they say. And I had just to graduate and get the degree because I was on a scholarship. However, along the way, I started discovering things that I admired and loved, and discovering basically my talents. Part of my talents were in sports. Some of them were in music. Definitely, they weren't in programming, but I was forced into it. So I decided just to take the degree, graduate, and get a nice job. Maybe it was kind of lined up when I came back to Kuwait here, and as I was just working here in the private sector first, I discovered that maybe I'm a good planner and project manager. Maybe I should acquire some talents in that field, and that could be my exit and run away from programming and networking. Even though that major is in a big demand nowadays,
Yeah.
and even before. So I had just to maybe find a way to, cultivate my talents and sharpen those talents in project management and planning and financial management. So I was lucky enough to meet, people to basically guide me through this,
Through the process.
through the process
Yeah.
itself.
And you know, Lujain, something Talal and I share together is that I was also forced into a university degree that I didn't want. I was actually studying law.
Oh, really? I
Wow.
didn't know
Yeah.
that.
But then I decided I wasn't a good liar, so I quit law. And then I chose a different path. And
Okay,
that's how where, ended up here.
I see.
And I do want to ask you something because, mashallah, we've gone through your accomplishments, I would say. And a lot of people, when they hear something like this, they think, oh, he has it figured out. So what is a misconception people have about people in your position?
Well, to be quite honest, it's a big mistake to believe that a person has only one talent or one goal. The thing is, you need to give some time for each talent. At the end of the day, you're here in this life to prove that you have an added value.
Yeah.
An added value could be in so many different ways. And God has, given you a brain that can think of so many different ways
Right. Alhamdulillah.
and all these kind of things. So maybe you should start with one talent. And as you walk through, the career in life and meet lots of people from different walks of this life, you will start, sharpening other talents. So you should be open. But the thing is, to stay focused, you need to give some time. And that time, a span of like 5 to 10 years. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
I give some time for, the computer skills that I acquired from the States. That was like about 5 to 7 years. And then I decided to shift. It wasn't like in a day or in an hour. So that's my advice. You shouldn't believe in one talent. By the time you reach like your age 40 or 44, in my age, in my case, you should be open, but for other talents and open to learn new things in life, especially that, in the industry around the world, these industries require new talents, requires new way of thinking. You cannot stick to one thing. You have to be open. You have to stick to only one thing, which is change. You have to accept change.
Change is the only constant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This reminds me of I think it was a theory. I think it's called the 10,000 hours, where it says any kind of talent, any kind of skill, whatever it is, if you put 10,000 hours into it, you're going to be at a master level.
And then what? When you reach the mastery level, then either you deliver whatever you learned, or you change and shift to learn something new.
I think that's a really cool way of looking at things. And it kind of shows that it doesn't matter when in life or how late it is, you can always choose to do something you want or you're interested in and follow that role. My mother started off studying English literature and then she became an artist.
Wow.
And she didn't start getting more recognition for it till much later in life.
Yes.
But now she's kind of doing all these random side quests. Like she learned how to sail a boat.
Wow.
She learned how to become a Pilates instructor. So she's an inspiration to me as well in the fact that you can just keep trying new things and learning from them. And I feel like that's a message you really share.
Yes. And basically, the thing is, what I can definitely add to that is you have to give time. And in the same time, while you're giving time, keep an eye out for other talents, for other changes in life. Because, life keeps moving on.
Yeah.
And new demands come in, in the way. So you have to always be ready for this. Yes, I totally agree.
Yeah. And we've spoken so much about success, but I know for a lot of people, they're most afraid of is failure. So did you have any defining failure in a moment? And, how did you overcome it? How did you...
The thing is, let's agree on one concept. In our culture, unfortunately, we look at failure as the end point.
Yeah.
However, in other cultures, they look at failure as a stepping stone in the process of learning. So failure, you learn from your failures. So let's agree on this concept. In the beginning, I had this, as many, Muslims, Arabs, Kuwaitis, you name it, we had this problem, or I had this problem in mind that, failure means the end. However, when I went to the States and I came back, Americans made that change in my mind. So it's okay to fail, one time, two times, but keep learning. Keep that in mind. You learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
And that's what sharpened, honestly, my talents and accepting the change. So we learn from our mistakes. Don't be shy from your mistakes. When you make a mistake, you go back home and you sit with your mistake and start thinking, why I made this mistake? How can I learn from it? stay with the stakeholders who got affected by that mistake and ask them to learn from them. And then you reflect back and you move on.
Yeah.
I actually struggle with that myself. I'm the kind of person who, if I don't do a good job immediately at something or I fail, I feel like,
You're a
oh no,
perfectionist.
I am a perfectionist. It's a big problem because the people that I know that seem to succeed in life are actually not the perfectionists, but the ones who are willing to keep trying.
That's the thing. I keep telling people, because part of my career is business consulting. And when people come to me and ask me for consultations or feasibility studies or business plans, I tell them you don't need a 100% perfect business plan.
Yeah.
You need a 60 to 70% okay business plan.
Really, just 60, 70%.
And then you take the risk, because business is all about taking risks,
Right.
True.
educated risks. So you take that risk after you study it and you take the step, and then you fix the mistakes in that business. However, not all people listen to that. And guess what? Who never listens,
Yeah.
they stay behind. They never start their business. And the same thing goes on with sports, same thing goes on with careers, education, and so forth.
It's all about seizing the opportunity when it's there.
See the opportunity, be prepared. And honestly, I cannot say I don't believe in luck, but luck doesn't play that much of a role. You have to be ready for a chance. Be ready to acquire the chance that flies over your head.
Yeah, this reminds me, I'm not good at chess. I don't play chess, but I watch a lot of chess players playing chess. And one of the things that they always talk about is that there's never a 100% guaranteed play, but you always go with the one with the most percentage of success.
Yes.
Even if it's like 30% success rate, that's the one you go
Love
with.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, this is true. This is true. And that's, if you take it as a role model, you can definitely just believe me, succeed in so many things.
Yeah.
Take the risk and accept failure. It's fine. You'll never die.
Yeah.
What never makes you dead makes you stronger or
Oh
something.
yeah,
like
what
that.
doesn't kill you makes you
Doesn't kill you,
stronger.
exactly. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So it's fine.
It's like when I think Thomas Edison, or was it Graham Bell, who made the light or the electricity, something like that. He
Yes.
said, I didn't fail 99 times. It took me 99 tries.
Yes, exactly. Keep on trying,
Yeah.
and it will work one day.
Hopefully.
Like KFC, remember?
So that's your advice for anyone who's suffering from a setback, like don't give up,
Don't give
just
up.
keep going.
Exactly. And meanwhile, as we speak now, I'm trying to start a new business in
Mashallah.
bakery.
Really?
Mashallah.
That's a whole different branch than what you
Yeah,
usually do.
exactly. So I'm just following whatever he said. I'm trying. I tried the first recipe. I honestly 50% failed. I'm a bad cook, by the way.
So am I, don't worry.
So I'm willing to do, a couple of trials until I perfect the protein muffin that I'm trying to make.
Oh, that sounds quite interesting.
To build some muscles, Yeah. So this is gonna be my next probably business venture, and I'm trying. Okay, it's fine to try, to fail, and it's fine. It's okay.
I look forward to the protein muffin that you're going to make one
You're my
day.
first customer then.
I hope so. My brother is actually into bodybuilding, so he might be something he's really
So
interested
he's my
in.
second customer. I'm making money already.
See, you already got clients.
Well, I'm into bodybuilding as well, but I build my body by eating. Different kind of mentality in bodybuilding.
You're in shape. It's fine. You look good.
I want to ask you because, mashallah, you've also said your next venture is baking.
Before we get to that, Abdullah, I think we should take a short break because this is really interesting and we want to really focus on what you have to say.
And we're back with Talal Almuhanna. And before the break, you mentioned you were going to bakery. And mashallah, you're into fitness, you're into business, engineering, and bakery. So how do you balance all of this, right? Because a lot of people are like always, ma andi waqt, I don't have time. So what's your secret?
Well, my secret recipe is time management. And as they say, if you divide your tasks into important and urgent, okay, and you start classifying your work or tasks based on urgency, importance, And if it's urgent and important, then it's an immediate action thing. If not, then you have to do, you know, another action. So I just manage my time that way and prioritize things. Okay. And I never sacrifice, by the way, sleeping. I try to stick to 8 hours of sleep. That's another thing to stay focused.
I think that's something people struggle with a lot.
A lot. So basically, just yeah, time management, prioritizing, and focusing as much as I can to, you know, complete my work. That's basically, it's very simple. People tend to complicate things. And one of those lessons I learned in life, don't complicate this. If a complicated thing came to you, try to simplify it and break it down into smaller pieces.
I really like that advice, especially because I'm someone who loves making to-do lists. So I do tend to break off the more important things and I'll leave them. These are the things that need to be done this week. This is stuff more in general when I have time.
Perfect.
And you just do it.
If you think of it from a different angle, as I said, urgent and important, then you'll be able to prioritize more and allocate more time to important things, more important things than others. So you'll be more organized, believe it or not.
Speaking of challenges, what would you say is the toughest obstacle or challenge you had with an e-business or a planning event?
Okay, that's a deep question that will require a long answer.
We're ready. We're ready.
Well, you know, the challenges. If we're about to start a business, so let's take case by case. A person who wants to start a business, a person who started a business already and has his business up and running, okay, and a business that's being failed or failing business. So the first case, an entrepreneur or a person who wants to start a business, the first challenge that a person will face, that I also faced, is business literacy. You have to learn business. You have to have this mind shift or paradigm shift in your mind to think like a businessman, especially if you're an engineer like me or a doctor like some other people. We are technical people. We don't have this business mindset. So you have to learn, basically, how to think like a businessman.
How do you think like a businessman?
Okay, so number one, you need to learn financial literacy. Number two, you need to learn how to do a feasibility study or a business plan, and how to read financial reports, how to read market trends, how to spot a problem in the market and figure out, you know, a solution to it, and how to monetize this solution. Monetize means making money out of this solution, because you're putting your heart and soul, you're putting an effort in this solution to add value and solve a problem in the market. So this mindset, you have to have it inside you. That's number one and two, probably. Number three, you need to learn how to negotiate with investors.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's a hardcore skill that you need to learn, because in school or in universities, they teach you the hard skills, as they say, not the soft skills. You get to learn the technical things, how to calculate things, how to write reports. Okay, however, you need to learn the soft skills.
Yeah.
And soft skills usually accommodate about 80% of your efforts.
Really?
20% is allocated for technical, because technical is being taught everywhere. Soft skills,
it's hard.
You learn it in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not something that they teach you.
You cannot learn it in books that
Very true.
easily.
So how would someone learn it? Because myself included, you know, whenever I travel, there's always haggling, right, in casa. If they ask for 5, I usually end up paying them 7. I'm very bad at that. So how would someone like me with absolutely no negotiation skills go into this?
Yeah, you need to basically be involved in situations, maybe at work, with your friends, maybe attend seminars about negotiations, read practical articles about negotiations.
There's an art to it.
Art, basically, and sometimes it has to be kind of embedded in you, within your DNA. not all people are good negotiators at
Yeah.
the end of the day. So unfortunately, that's a skill and a talent. You know, talents sometimes are, or all the time, they're embedded in you. Skills are acquired.
Yeah.
So it requires both. Okay. And that's part of being a good businessman. That's one of the challenges you need to learn. And if you master all these challenges and, you know, overcome them, then you can be a good entrepreneur and a good small business owner. So that's the first case. We have different cases. Do you want to talk about the other cases or enough?
Oh no, please go on. I was actually going to ask you if you had any specific thing in mind, especially when it comes to failure. Like, was there anything you poured your heart and soul into, but it didn't work out the way that you wanted?
Yeah, it happened. Oh, I have so many business attempts that failed. I went through it. Like I tried to open up like a car garage for
Okay.
and I failed. I honestly speaking, I tried to open up a laundry shop and I failed. But every time I fail, I come back and I sit with myself and honestly speaking, I learn. Where did I make my mistakes? And until now, I still remember in the laundry shop, my mistake was pricing.
Oh.
I priced in the wrong way. I've chosen wrong pricing policies that never worked within the area. In the garage, for example, my skills were in negotiating deals, you know, with suppliers were weak, and I ended up, you know, being the person who was taken advantage of. So these mistakes I learned from and sharpened my skills now.
So it seems like the failures actually just taught you more and led you to the success you have today.
Exactly.
You know, it's astonishing that you mentioned that because you're inadvertently, you know, making something that has been proven in research. Because I'm studying music on the side.
Wow.
And one of the research papers I read about learning is that you actually learn music by making mistakes and errors.
Really?
So then when you fix them, your brain now rewires itself. It's like, that's the correct way.
Exactly.
And you were kind of doing that on your own by yourself.
Yes. Music is one of the things that I tried to learn. As you guys know, the brain has two sides, right?
Yeah, left and right.
Yeah. And I'm an engineer. I'm good in math, but I'm really bad in arts.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to learn that part. It's kind of hard. And music, for example, is one of the things that I love to learn, but I'm trying to overcome that problem because in music you have to learn by doing.
Yeah.
It's not, you know, homework you have to do or write or analyze.
Yeah.
Maybe it requires maybe some analysis, but not like engineering or medicine. So that's another thing that I need to learn, is to have a good ear, and learn the notes, the musical notes, and try to feel the rhythm, as they say.
Yeah, it's a lot more complicated than people think, especially learning notes or instruments. Like, I love to appreciate music, but playing it is a whole different ballpark.
It's really hard for me.
And speaking of different ballparks, we've gone, mashallah, through your business endeavors, but you're also a fitness enthusiast.
Yes.
And I want to talk about the importance of fitness in your life.
Okay, well, it started back in 2017 when I was 38. Now I'm 44. Well, no, I was 37, so it took me 7 years.
Well, mashallah, you look way younger, honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's probably all of the success.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to stay young at heart, as they say.
Yeah.
I started back in when I was 37. Now I'm 44, as they said. Then it all started because of, you know, my friends bullying. I was kind of thin, and I was really lazy, Humpty Dumpty. So I was like, oh, maybe I have to, you know, prove a point here that I can do a paradigm shift.
You love challenges, don't you?
Yeah, you know, you cannot live without challenges.
I can't imagine your friends bullying you because you look very intimidating, to be honest.
No. So you know, I started, you know, going to the gym and working out and learning all the techniques and how to eat right, how to basically understand how to feed myself properly, correctly, and the food nutritions that has protein, carbs, and all these kind of things, interesting things, and how much is the calorie needed for me to stay in shape and all these kind of things. So it took me probably 7 years, so I enjoyed the process.
That's amazing. Do you think that your physical fitness also helps you rest from all the other stuff that you're doing?
Believe it or not, rest and getting business done and getting respected a lot and getting approvals a lot. So many things. So appearance play a very big role, believe it or not. So
more than you'd think, I guess.
Oh yeah. If somebody tells you no, it's always about money, believe me, money's everything. Well, not really everything. It's about, let's say, 70%, 30% looks. So 30% is like the major minority.
Okay.
You need.
And it's also, fitness helps your posture.
Posture.
Which from the stuff that I read, posture makes a lot, it makes the heavy work of whenever you're in an office kind of environment where you have to go and make a deal or something.
Yes, posture helps you to make a big entrance.
Yeah.
And even your self-esteem when you talk about something, even if you want to make up things.
Yeah.
People will tend to believe you because of your looks and your body and all these kind of things.
Or your confidence.
Your confidence, yeah, exactly. So it's a very important thing. Besides, definitely, the medical things, the biological things that you need in life, because the older you get, the more tendency towards your muscles you need.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah, like fitness, reduces your all-cause mortality, which is basically everything that can kill you. It reduces it,
exactly.
On all aspects.
One thing good to mention, in our beloved country, Kuwait, out of all other countries beside us, we're well known for, being in good shape. Maybe we have high rates of diabetes and all these kind of things in Kuwait. However, we have also good rates of being in shape and bodybuilders and
it's a fascinating mix that we have. We have both extremes.
Both extremes. Either a diabetic person or a super fit person. Nobody's like normal.
There's no in between here.
That's what a lot of people didn't believe when I was studying outside, because I believe Kuwait had, or at the time I was studying, was maybe ranked first or third in terms of obesity.
Yes.
And at the time there was a very popular documentary about this entire thing that was circulating in the campus, and I was going around telling them maybe half of the population is obese, but the other half are like fitness enthusiasts.
Exactly.
There's no in between.
There's no in between. It's either super fit or diabetic.
Do you have any advice you'd like to give to viewers who might want to, start something?
Yes. Well, I'll give my advice on several things. Career-wise, you need your experiences. Don't believe people who tell you from your graduation try to start your own business. No, work, get some experience. And when I say some, means 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. Don't rush things. Enjoy the process. That in terms of career, in terms of starting your own business, think of this. Try to be your own manager after you acquire experience in the industry or from the industry. Work on your social networks, okay, as well as your computer networks. In terms of fitness, definitely watch out for your body. Do your cardio, do your steps, lift weights, eat well. It's okay to have your cheat meals every now and then, but not every day.
Every day.
Okay. In terms of enjoyment in life, don't forget that. You're not a working machine. You're not a computer. You're not a robot. Enjoy your life.
I think that those are really, that's some really great advice. Thank you for joining us, Talal.
Welcome.
We loved having you today, and I think that our viewers are also going to learn so much from you. And just don't give up. Keep trying, even if you have any failures. We're going to take a break. And that concludes today's episode with Talal Almuhanna. It was amazing to talk to him, Abdullah. I think that we learned a lot from everything he told us.
Yeah, more than learn, for me, was so envious, you know, mashallah, everything. And even bakery, I was gonna tell him that I got into bakery, you know, during the Corona years, and I actually made chapati from
Oh, no way.
scratch. Yeah, I was gonna give him, you know, tips, and then he immediately said he was going through protein muffins. I was like, he's
Very
not gonna,
different.
yeah, he's not gonna be curious about my chapati recipe. So I was like, okay, but a man of so many talents, so many accomplishments. And the thing that I was so happy about is that he emphasized the idea that failure is not a blocking point, right? He said, I failed many times, but that didn't stop me. I learned from my mistakes.
I thought that was really good to learn because I'm the kind of person who's scared of failure myself.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot talking to him to just keep trying, to keep trying new things as well. And I loved seeing that it doesn't matter how old you get, you can always start a new thing. You can always become successful. You just have to keep learning from your mistakes.
Yeah, I think, you know, having the episode revolve around the idea that 2 steps forward and 1 step backward is also a slower process to success, right? It doesn't mean you're going back. On the long run, you're gonna eventually reach where you are.
Especially how he also mentioned how fitness is a big part of his life, and not just as a business, but for his own mental health and lifestyle, and how it helps him just, you know, keep going through everything.
Yeah.
And how we still managed to get 8 hours of sleep every night almost. That's impressive.
MashaAllah. And with that, dear viewers, take the one single important thing from this episode is that have a good quality sleep, organize your lives, be prepared, don't be afraid of failure. And with that message, that's it from us on The Untold. Until next time, goodbye for now.
Goodbye.